I'm sure you did not start a business that you think is going to wither away in 6 to 12 months, right? If you're starting a business, it's because this is something that you believe in and that you are investing your time and your resources in to grow and build. Hello everyone and welcome to Surge. This week we're going to be talking about marketing budget allocation for e-commerce brands, right? Carlo, a lot of times we have clients come to us and they say, well, how much should I be spending on Facebook, or how much should I be spending on Google? How much should I be spending on SEO, right? This is going to be extremely different based on your existing brand, what stage you're at as a company, whether you're a startup or whether you're already somewhat established. So it's going to vary based on many different factors. So Carlo, when a client comes and says, I'm just starting out, and I'm willing to invest the 12 or 20% of either my existing revenue, right? Which in that case, if they're just starting out, they might not really have. So in that case, maybe I'm willing to invest 12% of my projected revenue into a marketing strategy right now. What do you suggest they do from an allocation standpoint? What channels should they be using to get off the ground?
Well, to me, the first thing I think is your website already in a position to make the most of your traffic? I know we say this a lot, but if your website isn't already optimized for conversions, then you're not going to see the return from investment that you need from all these marketing channels. And that's sort of a catch-22 because you need that traffic to determine where these areas of improvement lie. But that doesn't mean you can't still employ those best practices. If you're a website that's just starting out and you need to start generating revenue right now, then you need to start looking into paid search and social media marketing because that's going to generate all that traffic.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, and I like that you touched base on the conversion optimization aspect. And yes, your site needs to be optimized for conversions, and that's an ongoing process. That's never going to stop. However, if you're not generating any traffic right now, you're not going to be able to look at the data to determine what needs to be optimized for conversions. So a great channel there to go after just to try to generate some of that data would be Facebook. Facebook, you can get anywhere between 3 cents to 13 cents cost per click on a traffic campaign. Might not generate much conversions. However, it's going to give you the data that you need to then optimize for conversions, use that audience to retarget for conversions, and you'll see a much better conversion rate that second time around. So right off the bat, you're going to need to start generating revenue. You're a brand new site. SEO is going to take time. Content marketing is going to take time. So you need to pay to play. And that is going to be geared towards whether it be Facebook or Google, YouTube, anything to generate eyeballs as quickly as possible to try to generate some revenue that's then going to give you the cash flow that you need to reinvest, maybe buy more product, or just stay operational. So you hit it on the head right there, Carlo. You definitely want to look at Facebook or Google to try to generate some of those sales right off the bat. Now, does that mean that I shouldn't allocate any resources to SEO?
No way. SEO, we all know that, or at least marketers know that SEO has the highest ROI of any marketing channel online. The problem with that is that you need to be looking at your marketing as an investment. If you're looking at it as a cost, then you're going to be disappointed with your return very early on, because this is a strategy that involves building momentum. It involves building upon the work that you've already done. So you're not going to see that ROI in the first 1, 2, 3 months even. Like sometimes it'll be even 6 months.
Sometimes it could take 12 to 18 months really to start to generate significant revenue from an organic search campaign. Right. So we know it takes time. I'm sure you did not start a business that you think is going to wither away in 6 to 12 months. Right. If you're starting a business, it's because this is something that you believe in and that you are investing your time and your resources in to grow and build. right? So you need to look at your marketing strategy the same exact way. You need to invest into your brand through marketing so that, and especially with SEO, if you truly believe that your brand is going to be around 3, 4, 5+ years from now is the time to start building up your organic visibility, because then that's when you're truly going to reap those benefits. So again, you got to look at marketing as an investment, not as an expense, right? And just because you might allocate a little bit more starting off to a paid approach, a paid strategy to try to generate quick revenue, that does not mean that SEO is non-existent, right? SEO needs to be implemented from day one. So both of these strategies should be running in parallel. Now, it may get to a point, and it will get to a point, where you're going to start to see that the traffic that you're getting from paid search and the traffic that you're starting to get from search, from organic search, is going to come to a crossroad, right? You're going to start to get the same exact amount of traffic. Now, at this moment in time, you have a decision to make, right? And you're actually in a much more comfortable situation where you can take a look at your marketing budget and say, okay, how is my conversion rate from Google? How is my conversion rate from Facebook? Obviously, organic tends to have a much higher conversion rate because that has, the search intent. They're looking for a product like yours. So that's always going to have the highest conversion rate. But now, can I decrease some of my ad spend and allocate that towards building more content, pushing more backlinks to increase your organic visibility? So to start from beginning, from start to finish, your PPC and SEO should be running simultaneously. You need to pay to play if you're a brand new brand. And then once you start to generate more traffic through your organic visibility, through your organic search, then you can start to decrease ad spend, allocate a little bit more to your SEO strategy, or you can increase, right? Again, it's all dependent on your brand, your customers, what your conversion rate is, what your return on ad spend is. If you can increase your ad spend and maintain the same return on ad spend, by all means, increase as much as you can. So it's very important to take all of that into consideration. So Carla, do you have anything else to add?
I would just say some of the other channels worth looking into is starting an email marketing funnel, looking into a website, looking into a software like Klaviyo. Just because that's, if you're just starting out, whether you're just starting out or you're already a well-established website, the pricing goes on a sliding scale, and you can usually find a plan that works for you that isn't going to be too expensive and that you'll see good return on.
Absolutely. Email nurture is definitely one of them. That again, you're going to need to start generating those email lists. You're going to need to generate, but you need to have that in place. If you don't have that in place and you start running paid campaigns, you're getting tons of visitors to your site, potentially getting tons of orders on your site, but you're not capturing any of these emails, and you're not doing anything with them, then you're leaving tons of money on the table. So again, having all of these in place from day one is extremely important. So if you're a brand new e-commerce brand or an existing e-commerce brand that has been running campaigns, for quite some time, and you'd like someone to take a look and assess your marketing budget and where you're allocating spend to see how you can better optimize your ad spend or your e-commerce marketing budget, let us know. We've been more than happy to help. Talk to you guys next week.